Hello, YouTube. This is a video response to a video I've just seen of an Asian guy talking about why Asian girls go for white guys. I'd just like to add my 2 cents on this one since I feel I kind of have a good idea of why. Now, I'd say it has to do with class, really. An Asian girl, she can't bring home a Mexican or a black guy because of the way her parents might react. It's seen as going down a class or dating someone below one's class, which, there's thousands of problems with that on its own, but that's for another day. But yeah, I noticed when you see an Asian girl with someone with another guy, 99% of the time, it's another Asian guy. Not of the same race, just another Asian guy. That other 1% is it's usually a white guy because I feel that's the only other guy they could bring home. Now, this is a multitude of problems because we live in America. This is a land where it's okay to date outside your race. This isn't North Korea where you look around and everyone you see is North Korean. That's just not how it is. This is America. And I hate that. That's why I'm not interested in Asian girls. One, because I couldn't attract one if I tried because I'm black and plenty of other reasons, which I'm sure the comment section in this will tell me in no time because women love to attack a man who has an opinion. But yeah, I'm not interested in Asian women just because they're only interested in white guys or Asian guys who aren't of the same race but who are just Asian, and that's boring. Why would I want to date a girl who's only into guys of the same skin color and not even of the same race? It's you see black guys, yeah, a lot of black guys are only with black girls, but you see plenty of black guys who aren't. And I think a lot of black guys would prefer it that way. They'd prefer to be with a girl of another race, but that's not always possible because of the way society is these days. But women have a lot of stereotypes of what a black man is. They think we're all thugs and violent and we all talk in ebonics and carry a gun and like to fight people and just a whole bunch of stuff that's not true. And I'm not one of those stereotypical black guys, but looking at me, you might not be able to tell that right away. So I get prejudged plenty. And I'd say I get prejudged by Asians more than a lot of other races. But then again, they're not really singling me out, as Asians like to prejudge a lot of us Americans. And I say us Americans because a lot of Asians don't assimilate. And that comment, yeah, it's generalizing, but I don't feel like being hyper specific right now. Nor do I ever feel like being hyper specific. So fuck you. I'm not gonna sit here and say that person, that person, that person when I can just generalize and spend a lot less time talking. But yeah, that's I think this whole Asian girl and white guy thing, it's part of the bigger problem with Asians in American society. And that problem is the uh, the unwantingness to assimilate with our American society. They want to surround themselves in Asians, example, Chinatown. In every city in America, there's a Chinatown. And yeah, they don't want to assimilate with us Americans, and they want everyone around them to be Asian. My reason for saying and thinking this is that of most of the Asians I know, they're friends with a lot of people. They're friends with a lot of people of different races, of different interests, and all that. But of a lot of the Asians I don't know, it seems that about 99% of the people they know are Asian. It's not that 99% of the people they know are Laotian if they're Laotian. It's just 99% of the people they know are Asian. 99% of the people they hang out with or choose to hang out with are Asian. You see, you see a picture of an Asian at a party or at a club, and everyone in the picture is Asian. I don't understand that. This is America. We don't have to hang out with people all of the same race. It's not North Korea, like I said before. But a lot of Asian guys, they seem to be mad about these Asian girls dating white guys. Now, are they mad because they're dating someone who's not Asian? Or are they mad because they're dating someone who's not them? And that's the problem. Why are they pointing it out? It's it's a problem. I mean, yeah, they seem to choose white guys, and I think that's all because of class. They can bring home a white guy and not necessarily hear the end of all times by their parents. Their parents will eventually adapt to that white person and come to see him as someone who's worthy of dating their daughter. Now, blacks and Mexicans, on the other hand, I don't think that's quite as easy, and the Asian girl might not just even want to try. They don't even look at those guys. Now, my question is to you Asian girls out there: Do you only date Asian guys because you're only into Asian guys? Or do you only date Asian guys because it's easier to bring them home to your parents? Because it's easier for your society to accept you dating a white person over an Asian? That's a question I have, really. Because if it's because of your parents, you should think a lot less about what they think and who they think you should be seeing, because they didn't come from America, probably. They brought you here for a better opportunity, and you should take that opportunity. You should say, Mom and Dad, I'm not going to just date Asians because we live in America now. We don't have to stick with our race, and society is not going to have a problem with me dating a guy of another race. It's only you who has that problem. Now, if more Asian girls can do that, I think we'd see a lot less just Asian girls with white guys, and we'd see more Asian girls with guys of many different races. But at the time, that's just not how it is. At the time, we have a lot of Asian guys bitching that all their Asian girls are dating white guys. That's a problem because I don't think Asian guys, they're not very popular with women of other races. And I'm not sure the reason of that is. I definitely do not want to say it's the whole penis thing because that's bullshit. If you look at the studies, the penis size is pretty average among all the races. There's of course, in every race there's of course a percentage that are blessed with, these giant cocks that the women love. But for the most part, all races have the same percentage of penis sizes. So it's not that. It's that's a sick stereotype. I mean, every Asian guy can't have a small penis, and even if he did, what's that matter to these girls unless they're fucking these guys, which they're not because they're not into Asian guys. So that's another question I'd like to pose to the Society of American Women. Why do we not see more couples of, say, black, Mexican, white, or black, Mexican, white, or just any race? How come we don't see more girls of different races with Asian guys? I'd like to know, like, specifically, why do more girls not choose to date Asian guys? But to pose that question, I suppose I'd have to pose the question that Asian guys, how come you don't go for more different girls of different races? How come we always see you with Asian girls? Is it that you don't wanna be American? You don't wanna assimilate? You don't want to even try. You don't want to experience women who aren't Asian. Not who aren't of your same race, but just women who aren't Asian. I'd like to know because as a black guy, I'm not really into black females for a multitude of reasons. But that's not because particularly what's wrong with them. It's just because I like variety. I like pink nipples. I like brunettes. I like brown hair. I like straight hair. I like girls of all different races, and I'm not gonna let society or my family tell me who I can and can't date. Cause just because I'm black doesn't mean I have to end up with a black girl, and I don't want to end up with a black girl. I'd prefer for my kids to be of mixed race because there's plenty of advantages to that. One being that they don't have to be grouped in with this African American stereotype automatically, these stereotypes. They could transcend that simply because of their skin color. Now, that's not right, but that's just the way it is. A person who's half black, half white is accepted in society a lot more than the darkest black person you could find. And that's just how it is. And this is one of my first videos on the subject, and it's definitely not going to be the last because there's a lot to discuss with American society and race, but not your typical conversations about it that so many black comedians and the likes of Steve Harvey and Al Sharpton like to point out. I stay as far from that as I can. I stay as far from all black stereotypes as I can. I'm not religious. I don't talk any Ebonics. I don't go to church, and I don't only date black women, and I'm not into black women at all. But uh, that's whatever. I'm gonna bring this to a close. But this is mostly a response to a video I saw of the Asian girl breaking it down of white guys and Asian girls, and she said it's all about love, which it is, and that's completely what I agree with. That it is all about love. It's who you love, and if you choose to love someone, it doesn't matter what their skin color is. It's just my biggest problem is with a lot of Asian Americans choosing to only try to love other Asian Americans. And that's where I'll bring it to a close. So to I don't know, to consolidate all that I've said, my main point is this: is that the only reason you see so many white guys with Asian girls is because you don't notice when you any other time you see an Asian girl, she's with an Asian guy. So when you see her with a white guy, it's something different. So you actually notice because hey, it's not just another Asian couple. So it sticks out to you. And people have, we've all gone over all these reasons of why that is, of why white guys go for Asian girls. That's because they can get Asian girls. Now, the rest of us guys of other races, it seems to be much harder to get the attentions of Asian girls, and I'll leave it at that. I'd really like some responses from some Asian girls to know why you choose not to date outside of your skin color. You date outside your race because I've seen plenty of Chinese girls with, say, a Cambodian guy or a Japanese guy, or but most of the time it's just Asian. It's not Chinese or Japanese. It's Asian, and I consider that racist. Now, so I'd like some responses from Asian females. Why do you choose not to date outside your skin color? And when you do, why is it almost specifically white guys if it's not your parents? Thank you.